Warning. The following program contains mature language and displays opinions and views expressed by three idiots. Please remember it was not their intention to offend you. Sometimes things just happen. Viewer discretion is advised.
So, whatever.
You want to do the intro, Noemel?
Nope.
I'm already having a panic attack over it.
Well, you gotta do it. Ready? Too bad.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Ready?
Let's do it up.
Play a song.
I don't even know how to react to what's going on in front of me right now.
Yeah, that was
Oh, boy.
Sorry, that was a bit abrupt there.
It's all good. But hello once again, guys, to episode number 4.
The PeepMyPerspective podcast.
Yeah. Thank you again for listening, as always. Nomel's just sitting awkwardly, just like, I don't like that. I could feel the judgment coming from him. Anyways, yeah, it's your hosts, Daniel, in front of me, Noemel, to the right of me, RJ. Today's episode is all about awkward situations. Does anyone want to go? Awkward silence, right on. Solid start to it all, guys. Thank you. No, in that case, I'll go first. I'm going to start off with a lovely story that me and Noemel went on, a lovely trip, rather, that me and Noemel went on to Amsterdam. Yeah. This one was literally one of my least favorite things that could possibly happen on the trip, like ever. So me and Noemel decided to be not cheap, but like a little more cost effective, and went with a hostel. Which I've done before, so it's a lot of fun. I did in BC, and I couldn't complain. Like, it was a great time.
It was fun, eh?
This part was not fun. Minus feeling like you were in a sweatshop the whole time, because the AC was borderline dog shit the whole time. But so we were in a room with like 6 other people. We got a couple people from South America. We got one dude from the States, and then this other dude from like, probably like, I think this dude's in particular, this guy that I'm going to be talking about. Which guy are you talking about? You'll know. Not the tattoos guy.
Big country or?
Not big country for old men, but the other guy.
Top bunk?
Top bunk. Not.
This is scarring.
Even more scarring for me, just because you'll understand once I get through the story, if I'm able to just process everything properly. Anyways, so again, we're in a hostel, bunch of different people in the room and whatnot.
It was pretty hostile.
Was it co-ed?
Yes, it was co-ed as well, which doesn't really matter. Everyone basically just sleeps with their clothes on, and like everything's in their pockets for safety reasons. Like, I don't trust anyone but Noemel in this room. And I was like, I have my passport, my wallet, my keys, everything was in my pockets.
Really?
Yeah.
I locked all my shit away.
I didn't. I was like, that's the safest spot for me. I don't trust anything.
On your living corpse?
Yep, exactly. Like, I have to literally rip it off of me if they wanted it. But anyways, so this was like after a day. Sorry, Mom and Dad, but Bidding and Mr. and Mrs. Martinez, if you listen, for getting fairly stoned.
What a scumbag.
Getting fairly Stony Maloney and going to like the museums and seeing a whole bunch of things, because that's what you do in Amsterdam. Anyways, so we spent the whole day walking essentially. And at this point, we get back. We're like, okay, we're going to take a little power nap, kind of like recuperate for the night. And
this
then
is at the beginning of the trip, right?
This is like more of like a midway point, I think. Because
a power nap at the hostel?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we did do like a fair amount of activities during the day.
Like just
Activities.
like you literally, all you do is walk.
Yeah.
That's all you do in Amsterdam. Like, it's
Bro,
not a big city.
we put in clicks.
Yeah.
We put in clicks.
Like if
Like,
you were to see
all
like
throughout,
my
like-
fitness app, just like you're just you fucked yourself over. Like this is like now there's nothing will be better than this week that you've just spent walking.
Yeah, I think we either went to like the Banksy Museum. We went somewhere where it was like a pretty big trek for the day.
Yeah, it was like on the other side of the city, so it was a good walk. Like
Yeah, we
and
could
then-
have biked. I just like in retrospect, that whole trip was just like there could have been so much
we could have done so
done
much
better. But
Just biking would probably made life a
Yeah.
lot easier for us.
we walked everywhere and we put in bear work, and then we got back probably around like late afternoon, and I was
Okay,
like,
takes
yo,
over
I'm
the story.
fucking spent. Like, can we just like chill?
Yeah, let's just pass out for a bit.
Yeah.
It's like perfect.
I passed
let's
out.
relax.
I passed out. I took a nap,
Yeah.
and
Well-
I woke up to like, I woke up to like, yo,
No.
wake up now.
And so Nomel's bottom bunk, I'm top bunk. The guy who we're gonna reference as top bunks, don't want to know his name ever. Like I don't want him. I wish he would stop breathing our air. To be honest, just for what I had to witness. But anyways, so
Wait, can I guess?
huh?
Can I guess what you're
No,
doing?
no,
Please,
no,
I just want to guess.
So what happened was we ended up take a nap. I wake up and this
He's
is
jacking off in front of you.
not in front of me, but close. So he's at top bunk, and so the way the bunks were set up is like you had the bunk and have like a little shelf kind of thing for your own personal belongings,
Yeah.
and his was in front of where his pillow would be. And so I wake up to just this. And it's aggressive. Like it's
Yeah.
very loud.
And Daniel wakes up and he's like,
Yeah.
Were you like, can I join in too?
no, you
I was
gotta
going-
think about
I
the
was going
situation,
to.
right? Okay, so I'm the bottom
So
bunk,
fucked.
right?
Yeah.
No one doesn't see anything.
I'm on the bottom. I'm on the regular main floor.
I got a bird's eye view of the
This
entire
guy's
room.
got elevation to whatever he's got, right? And all he wakes up to is like theatrical applause,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, what?
Just
And
skin dance going
a guy
on.
from across the room who's also experiencing the same elevation, right, is there. And Daniel,
This is what happens. We lock eyes, and he doesn't slow down.
like Daniel, can you
That's the
imagine
most
waking
terrifying
up?
thing.
Can you imagine waking up to that and you're like this? And the other person across the room
Is just
is
Bad dog.
going to town on themselves.
It was literally one of the. I was like,
With
How'd I
me
get-
sleeping. I'm sleeping.
How did I get that right though? How did I get that right?
Well,
though?
because
'Cause-
it's an assumed awkward situation. You're in a
Yeah.
room with other people, and what are you supposed to not be doing?
yeah.
beating your meat.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was literally just like Noemel and I in the room. No one else is there, and then top bunk dude. And it was just like I was like, "Fuck, I'm just gonna roll over. I'm gonna pretend we didn't lock eyes.
Well, yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
sexual
roll
harassment.
Over. Yeah.
'Cause
I was
as
petrified.
he as he was about to commit mass genocide, Daniel was like, I'm so uncomfortable with this. I don't want to fucking witness any of this.
Yeah, it was
And then he
repulsive.
rolls over, to which he like is like making noises to wake me up. He's like, bro, wake up.
Please,
Come on,
for the
wake
love
up.
of God.
And I wake up and he's like, I experienced something. I have to tell you. And he's telling me like as it's happening.
While the guy's there, so
As it's happening.
Noemel
So
starts
now
to pick in the.
I'm like awake and I'm like, why? Who's stacking salami like really fast? And then the guy
Like
like
skin dance going on.
he like
Ugh.
yeah, he's done. He fully commits, and then at the end, we're left with awkward silence. Daniel's like, bro, let's go. I don't care how
Please.
tired we are. We gotta go. Let's go. And I was like, all right, yeah, I feel very uncomfortable. I want to throw up almost. And we got out. And then when we came back,
This was the guy's last day, and he tries hailing us up afterwards with the hand that he was doing the act
yeah,
in.
he's like, yeah, easy, bro.
He's like, easy guys. I was like, don't even touch me.
yeah.
I was like,
Daniel's like, get the fuck away from me.
it's like it was COVID like 2 years before COVID. I was like, take it easy, man.
Pisco matre.
Like yeah. Basically, I was like 6 feet apart. Don't come near me. And like I'm like, we're both on our separate beds now, and he's coming to our bed to
Yeah.
come hail us up. He's like, hey, easy guys. I'm like, no.
Yes. Yeah.
This is not
How
happening.
do you do that?
Yeah.
That's
How do you
awful.
have the audacity to do that to just some like
I mean,
man,
I don't have a awkward situation where like it was like that where we
someone's
locked
jerking
eyes.
off in front of you in
Well,
a shared mixed room?
well, there is a part where I had someone.
Where you did the act?
No,
I'm
someone-
not surprised.
someone was jacking off in the same vicinity as me, and like
Did you lock eyes?
yeah.
Did you
You're
share
like-
a bond?
So
You're
what
like,
happened
Kuya,
was,
stop, bro. Walls are thin in this house.
Who ate the biscuit afterwards? Out of curiosity.
Oh my god.
You.
Don't drag me into your weird stories, please. It's not like this.
So what happened was I was in my school library and I was trying to study, and all I hear was clapping noises like that.
Is this uni or high school?
Uni.
Yeah, but that's territory that you can really be unaware of.
Yeah, but like
Because it's a full open spectrum of people. So now you're like, oh fuck, this could be anybody.
Yeah.
no, but
Could have been a bear.
But then what happened was I was like, where is that noise coming from?
Yeah.
So then I was looking everywhere and there's no one because I was on the 5th floor.
Okay.
Right? No one was near me.
Was he on the first floor? Just that loud
No,
and that aggressive?
no. So I look under the. So I look under the. I go and look under the desk, and then someone's like jelking himself.
Jelking?
Jelking?
Have you heard of jelking? Like or like
No.
he's like
Edging?
he's stroking his meat.
Schmeat is
My
correct.
mom watches. She likes to partake in like my endeavors, and she's like, "I'll support you."
Well, how else was I?
He's sticking close to the brand. He's like, "Yeah, we're awkward situations, right? Yeah, let's open up our ass cheeks and expose the world."
It's just starfish at every.
So
Christ.
then I was taking Snapshots of it and sending
It was-
to my
You're
friends.
not videotaping the guy now?
I was taking
So you're making porn.
I was taking Snapshots and sending it to my friends, and they're like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And then Chad's just like, "Yo, kick it."
Wait.
I walked up to the guy, and we locked eyes, and he was like, like that. And then,
I don't like any of this.
I walked back. I walked back to my desk, and then he was leaving.
I think.
Did you call security? Like,
Yeah.
what did you do? Why
On
did
your-
you
you should
laugh? Why
also-
did you start to direct a
Yeah.
do first-hand
Fucking-
footage? What's wrong
yeah.
with you?
Because I could have got
James
money
Cameron.
from it.
James Cameron.
Jeez.
What is this? TMZ now? Is he
Yeah.
gonna become popular?
What are you gonna submit it to fucking
James-
Pornhub? What's
wait.
wrong with you?
Did you see James Cameron?
Yeah, what are you, James Cameron directing this stuff
Yeah, I
now?
should've
Like at
directed
the.
it, yeah. But yeah,
Get
but
these
the guy
different
was
cuts.
the guy was like a 50.
Can we get a key light in here, please?
The
Where's
guy was
Transformers? Bring him in.
The guy was like a 50, 60-year-old man. So
Oh my God, man, that's
Oh.
sexual harassment, is it not?
It's grandpa
wait,
porn,
for
bro.
me or him?
For both. At this point.
What?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm throwing him with it too because you videotaped the dude.
Oh yeah, yeah, bro. I don't
You
even know
made
if
it
I can
worse.
include this. This is somewhat like
It's incriminating.
But he was doing it in the
this
public.
is all based off of you. So I'm gonna let you decide whether you want that included or not. But that's a wild one, man.
I don't.
It was in the public. So
I don't even know where to.
It's in the public.
So it's allowed. You're right.
But you can't just say. But the thing is, you can't just say that. That's like. That's not consent because he's like doing it in the public.
Yeah, well, he's not doing his consensual, but
private
doesn't make
property.
it. But doesn't make. Like doesn't.
So I'm
mean
What is
that
it? A
you
public library? All of a sudden, it's public. Yeah, I could streak in here if I wanted. What's wrong
gonna
with
do
you?
a line of coke in the middle of the fucking library.
What is this? Is at your school, correct?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is private property. This is school-owned property, or like whatever owned building.
Public to the people.
So
What is
if
it,
you
private?
were witness to whatever happened there, you report that because one, there are definitely cameras around, and
Okay.
two, it's an act of sexual harassment. What the?
Harassment.
Isn't it like public
Sexual
indecency or
harassment.
something like that?
Yeah, something.
too.
It's disgusting, is what it is. And you were like, "Yeah, bro, keep it up. Way
on
to
you,
go."
man. I got good lighting for you. Don't worry.
Because I don't know. I don't like going to them and be like, oh, you have to stop.
Okay, you know what? I do recommend to you now. I don't care. By the end of this year, if you haven't finished the show, for anyone who hasn't seen the show Sex Education, please be enlightened. Sign up for a free Netflix account for a month. Do whatever you need to do. Watch it however you can. Watch the show because it enlightens you on a lot of things beyond face value of what sex is. It educates you on the full spectrum of sexuality. Not only does it expose you to what that is in all realities of and facets of life, like safety, precautions, reality of sexual preference, orientation, but it deals with personalities and how they mesh well with other people and how it doesn't, and how overall chemistry plays into a fact of what that is. But the show also deals with sexual harassment and like situations that would be put, if you put yourself in, are compromising because you don't know what to do. You're uncomfortable. It's awkward. Yeah, of course. It's an awful thing to experience.
Borderline scarred.
Borderline scarred? Bro, can you go back to Amsterdam? Because I don't think I can.
No.
That's what I mean. Like, there are things that happen that can, like, blur the line between awkward and inappropriate. And it's like, well, what are you doing here? Like, that's kind of...
Honestly, I'd go back to Amsterdam just for the churros.
Churros and the
churros. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally all we ate. Like, breakfast, lunch, dinner, just churros.
Churros, fries.
But yeah,
Churros.
that's neither here nor there. That's just a
We
reason to
had
go
variety.
back.
We had some food there because it was kind of weird. It was like, oh wow, there is like
Very-
variety here.
But it's not the variety I wanted. It was
No, of course not. But like
very
it's,
commercialized.
Yeah.
It was poop.
Well, it's a commercial hotspot.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything from you for awkward stories? I'm trying to like literally go back. Like I remember there was one other time. My favorite awkward stories are
You know
like
what? I got
fun
one for
stories.
you.
Oh.
So, can you imagine like you're going through like a script in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, damn. Let me see here. I have it written down. It's like, hi, I'm calling from room 420, and I'm in need of new bed sheets. Hi, I'm calling from room. Okay, here we go. You got this.
Hello?
Oh, hi. I shit the bed.
Excuse me? What?
Bye. Like that type of shit. Like it's funny because that happened to me.
Sounds like me.
That dead ass happened to me when we went to Montreal on S trip.
Oh.
Okay. I was in this trip. It's student planned, so no teachers.
Student poorly planned.
Yeah, bro. Basically, like illegal action.
For S trip, you went to Montreal.
Yeah,
And then there's
grade
grad
11.
trip as well.
Oh,
But essentially, what happened when we got to our hotel it wasn't in the village, but it was like
Like it was supposed to be.
yeah, it was outside of the village. But we got there and we were supposed to be roomed with certain people. And in my room was a few of our friends, but one of them decided to like hook up with a girl they met right away and defiled the room. And I was like, fuck, bro, like 3 other people have to sleep here. And I was going to share this bed, like, in this situation, like, if we had to, like, back to back or if I had to sleep on the floor or whatever. But now, like, I don't want to sleep here anymore, bro. So,
Don't put a black light in the room. It's gross.
yeah. So I remember, I think, I don't know what ended up happening, but I called the front desk. And I was like, hey, is it possible if you could send up some new bed sheets, please? And the concierge or whoever was at the front is obviously, they speak French or Quebecois, right? So they're like, they're like, oh, pardon. And I was like, do you mind just sending up a new, like, fresh pair of bed sheets for our bed? And I didn't want to have to explain, so I was like, yeah, we just we kind of ruined our bed sheets. If you could just send them up. And they don't come for like probably 30 minutes. That's what she said. And we were like, bro, I was like, honestly, screw this. So I went to a different room. So I was like, I'm just gonna go sleep in a different room, right? And I think I went to either to your room or someone else's
I
room.
think it was probably my room.
But
Yeah.
like convincingly, I was like, please, my room's defiled. Can you just let me crash here? They end up finding me because I made the call and they realized I went to a different room. And I get a knock on the door and it's a guy who's like from the front desk and he's like, excuse me, sir, did you call the front desk? And I was like, yes. And he's like, okay, it will probably be a fee for the damage. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he goes, you said someone shit on the bed? And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Who? Sorry, what? And he's like, you called the front desk and you said someone shit on the bed. And you were like, I was like, no. I was like, I need new bed sheets. And he goes, oh, you need new bed linen. Like you need,
So proper.
and I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh. He's like, and then he starts laughing, and then another person comes, like, who was also concerned about the whole situation. He's like, who's shit on the bed? And he was like speaking in French. He was like, blah, 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 blah. Says whatever. And then she starts laughing. And she's like, oh, we thought it was a poo. And I was like, oh, no, I just need new bed sheets, please. Actually, I don't, because I'm not even sleeping there anymore. So who cares?
I don't need it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I wish I did that for mine because
Which, shitting the bed?
no call for bed sheets because one of the people who I do it all the time. It's no one of the guys who was in my room.
You're like, Davey,
projectile
made
vomited
caca
all
in my
over.
bed again.
White
David's
meat.
like, ugh.
Pasquale.
Fuck off. God damn it.
Anyways,
No, one of the guys in my room projectile vomited all over both the beds. And it was just repulsive.
Dean, I think he, on his stories, I think a month before us going to Amsterdam, he went to Amsterdam because he was on exchange.
Yeah.
So, bro, he put on his story someone literally obliterating a shower, toilet, and floor of a bathroom, and turned the lights off and went to bed, and like had the next person wake up and be like, oh my God. And Dean sent like a snap from his bed where you could see the door open in the washroom, and it's literally just brown everywhere. It's like that scene from what's it? Daddy Daycare.
Daddy Daycare, where like
he
the kid got
opens up the
everywhere.
door and he's like looking at the ceiling. He's like, oh, the ceiling.
It's like, I missed. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, that's
For me, I mean, I didn't experience any of what you guys experienced, but like,
you did much worse. What are you talking about?
no, like someone.
You had harassment.
Yeah.
Okay, much
You
worse.
decided to
but
join in. That's much worse.
I'm a producer now.
Oh my God.
Check out my account, guys.
I'm done.
Content creator. That's awful. That's awful.
He's an influencer now.
No, bro, that guy's probably out there like preying on people. You should have been the one to like
Put an end to it.
put the spikes out in the road, you know?
Yeah, but it was on Snapchat, so it got deleted after.
Why are you trying to justify your inaction? Christ.
I don't even know how to react to this.
Yeah. I'm harassed now. I feel harassed.
Yeah. I thought my story was bad. Yours,
Yeah.
it's like a tag team situation you had on yours.
I know. Me and Danny were trying to get out of there.
You were like, I'm in.
You're like, all right. What are we working with? What's our lighting situation?
Had the ASMR mics going on for full effect.
The ear ones.
Yeah. Ugh. But since we're on the topic of weird poop stories, because I know I've had some, like from my grad trip, because it's all being part of the same thing.
I remember you texting me.
Yeah.
And you were like, I think I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
and I was like, ha, 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 like getting lit, bro. And he was like, no, I'm in the hospital.
I'm in the hospital.
And he like sent me pictures and everything. I was like,
Wait, grad trip for
for
High
grade
school?
12. Yeah.
Oh.
So we ended up going to Punta Cana. This is fully on me at like looking back at it, but it's what was it? I'm trying to think of the words now. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So they said, don't drink the water. Literally the only rule, don't drink water. If you're underage, don't drink alcohol, but fuck that. Anyways, literally the first thing I did.
No, not fuck that. Drink responsibly.
Nah, get black.
And drink.
It's fun.
Legally.
Be a degenerate.
But in Punta Cana, isn't it 18?
Yeah. But like there's some kids who are not 18.
Or like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
what I
like,
mean. This whole S trip,
it's just illegal.
I think they went under.
No, they're still up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're still up and running. Don't know how with COVID, but yeah, it's fucked. But anyways, yeah. So literally they say don't drink the water. Probably one of the first
Bottled
things
water or like
tap water. Tap water. Don't touch the tap water. And like natural habit, put my toothbrush under the fucking sink just because like it's habit that I do.
you fool.
2 days into the thing, the second day, goes to the hospital. I had to go to the hospital because I was just
Wait,
pooping
so
myself
that's all
profusely.
you did?
That's
You
all
just
it was.
ran
The
your toothbrush under the water?
The bacteria. Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing?
Clearly not thinking, mind you, also in
Like
the...
I went to the
But did you-
Philippines
but did
and
you
they told me
swallow
they,
it?
Well, it gets in my system. Like some of it does get swallowed. You don't need like a lot of bacteria. You just need like a little bit just to fuck you up. But yeah, so literally just like it got to the point where like the clean.
How'd you wash your mouth out?
I think I just spat it out and that was it.
Sure. Were you turned?
No.
You were like already like
No, this is
day
like
drinking.
I was sober.
Oh.
And that was the other shitty thing. I couldn't drink afterwards because it would just, and that was almost a very close call for me where I was. Wait,
hold on. Let me break this down. So you went on
further
this
explanation.
You went. What's the ballpark price for this trip? Because this is an international trip.
Yeah, it's around.
1,000?
No, okay. Let's say
It was a bit more.
5+. Oh, G plus.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so
It was
this
like
is
I think it was like the $1,400 to $1,600 range.
this is a rack
Yeah,
plus,
plus
and
rack and a half. Plus.
we don't have to include that if you don't want to, but
No, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's like everyone who's been on grad trip knows how much it is, so it doesn't matter.
and you ran your toothbrush
Accidentally or unintentionally.
unintentionally, unaware of your habits, under the sink,
Yeah.
brush your teeth, and then went about your day until 2 days later.
No, I started getting the shits like almost instantly. So that was the first day, nothing.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
Second
'cause
day,
like I said, when I went to the Philippines, I did everything with bottled water. Everything.
no.
Oh my god.
No, and the other thing was like we didn't have any bottled water with us. That was the other thing. Like we had to pay for it separately, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, well, there goes that. But anyways, so first day, don't feel anything. Second day, I'm like, oh, my stomach's kind of hurting a little bit. Maybe just like a little stomach ache. Anyways, so what happens is it gets real bad. And then they got to the point where like the cleaning was like, oh, I know your room. And it gives me like extras of everything. She just
I know you.
she's like, I know you. And she's like,
Caca boy.
yeah, like basura man, just to the max, just straight up basura man, just
Daniel.
Pedro, cabron.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Daniel the basura man. He
Anyways, yeah,
lives
so
in
what
a
happened was-
garbage can. I forgot the song.
It's your national anthem.
Ipunit is Daniel the basura man.
Jesus.
Again, awkward
Every
stories.
week finds a way to waste 30 seconds.
Yeah. So, anyways, ends up going to the hospital and everything. For me, honestly, the worst part of it was my mom's like, "Oh, you should just got Ducarol." I was like, "Oh, thanks for telling me about this while I'm in the hospital, Mom." I hope you hear this.
There's a lot
I
of
hope you hear this.
that's a good idea. There's a lot of commercials for Ducarol.
Yeah, I didn't fucking know about it until I was in the hospital.
Is
But
Ducarol like Imodium?
I guess I don't know.
I guess it's just like you take 2 pills.
Daniel's like
one-
Dookie. Yeah, I got all of that.
I got a lot of Dookie.
Oh, me man.
But what happened afterwards
me,
is
bro.
like
I'm not Dookie man. Catch me on the road. I'm the Dookie man.
big poo poo boy.
Big poo poo pops man.
He's the new pee pee poo poo man.
So what?
Almost borderline was.
You went to the hospital.
Yeah, for like a day and a half, and my mom was like,
How did they get you there?
by taxi. And
Amber
that was,
lamps.
no, taxi. The worst taxi ride ever because like they don't have street lights. They don't have speed bumps. It's just straight lines and speed bumps.
And
Every,
then
like,
you take a shit.
literally, like every little bump is like, please God, please.
How did they hail it for you? Like they're like,
They're just
Come on,
waiting.
come on.
They're just on standby at all times at the entrance for anyone who has to
like-
shit themselves.
oh, true. They
So-
just pushed you in the taxi.
So you
Like,
should have just if you brought like medication like or just,
I had to pay $250 American dollars worth of medication
Oh,
to
shit.
survive. Yeah, so I could just eat food
oh
normally.
my god!
But the
So
worst
you,
part was-
you almost did a 2-Rax trip
Yeah,
just to clean out your bowel for a colonic.
yeah. Like I could have just been on like a juice
You
cleanse,
could've-
but no,
you
I
could've
just
had,
went
like,
to boot camp instead.
a colonoscopy or something.
Basically, what happened?
A
was-
colonic.
Oh.
Thanks for listening to me, pal.
I've never heard.
Thanks
of
for being
colonic.
here.
I've never heard it called a colonic either.
Yeah.
A colonoscopy is a medical.
Yeah, it's a procedure.
Colonic is a flushing of your colon.
Oh, I did not know that. Never had to have one. So
Isn't there another one?
It's very healthy.
Where
I
you
actually
get,
wanna do
like-
it.
The juice
Oh, and
cleanse.
enema or something like that.
Yeah, enemas are a thing. Yeah.
Like you stick, you like you.
You say mRNA?
Oh my god.
You stick what?
You stick like some
Who?
water up your ass,
A
Oh.
toy? Oh,
and then like
or that.
it flushes out or something like that,
Mhm.
like a tube or something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of
Who
those-
does it? Who does it?
Nurses, I think.
Oh,
It's like one of those nasal cleanses,
Not sure.
but for your ass.
Not sure. I don't know
okay.
why.
You seemed pretty sure when you said nurses.
Well,
Because you
because
said nurses.
my sister does. My sister She said that she does it.
Oh, okay.
I think, I don't know. I have no
Do you
idea.
film it?
That's the joke you're going to
You try to lead it on.
Takes a while with RJ because sometimes he's like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Literally, I don't even know what to. Yeah, it's like it's a medical procedure. I don't know what you want from me, Noemel. Like it is what it is.
I didn't know where you were trying to go for me with that.
Thanks.
It's only been a month. We'll get there. Don't
Yeah.
worry. But the worst part of it all was, besides all that, I learned the hard way of that I couldn't drink alcohol on that trip. So we were at the pool bar and just had like a little sip of like a vodka soda.
Why can't you drink alcohol?
I think I just didn't. It didn't mix well with the meds that I was on,
Oh.
and so middle of the pool, I'm like, oh no, oh no, I don't have my.
So
key
you
card.
still tried to do like fun things.
Well, I didn't know.
You were like,
No, and see, the thing was, like, I was fine because I was on the medication. I wish I was that. I wish I was like that.
Yeah.
Because then I would know. But I wasn't. I was like, oh, I'm perfectly fine. Like, the meds are kicking in. Like, I should be good. And then so what happened was, like, I was like, okay, I'm in the pool. Like, I'm feeling good. I had some food. Everything was normal. So I'm like, I'm going to have at least a drink. I'm going to test the waters. No pun intended. And middle of the pool, just my drink. And then, like, I'm like, oh, no. It's time. There's a rumble in the there's a rumble in the jungle. Oh no.
No.
I don't think I've ever moved that fast in my life. It got to the point where I was like hurdling over people, bushes, shoving people into bushes and into like
stiff-arming
other
babies.
Yeah, I kicked the baby. I'm pretty sure at one point. Like I almost
Kneeing old women.
Yeah, like it got to the point where someone was about to go into the stall and I literally pushed him. I was like, no. And I just sat down.
Isn't that like from White Chicks?
Yeah, it was
It's like, move, bitch.
literally I was like, out of my way. And oh man, it was not enjoyable whatsoever. Like, so it just vanished. And I think the funniest part from that one, it happened to me. I always think anything that's bad that happens to me is just hilarious.
Yeah.
But so they called my parents because they're emergency contacts, like, hey, son's like dying. It's okay. My mom gets the phone call. My
Son's
mom,
dying. It's okay though. He's
like,
dying.
it's okay.
But it's okay.
It's okay. He's the first. We have a second. But the worst was like my mom gets a call and she's like, Costa Rica, fucking, or Punta Cana. It's probably just some like
Decline.
Yeah, it's probably just some spam call. And they're like, we tried calling your mom like 5 times. She's just not answering. I was like, fuck me. Okay. It's like, let's try calling your dad. My dad
She's
calls
like,
in a heartbeat.
Daniel, why does Punta Cana keep on calling me?
It's like, oh yeah, where is he? And then my dad answers it right away. He's like, hey, your son's going to the hospital. He's like, all right. Like, I don't know what you want from me. He's like, sick. And then hangs up. And then like this poor lady from Estrip, she's just like,
your son is dying. He's
shitting
colon
himself, man.
is like in a pan right now. And Daniel's dad's like, thank you. Thanks.
Is that all?
Bye.
it's like, no, I do not want your duct cleaning services, please. And
Honey, who was that? No one.
It's okay.
Nothing important.
so and then so he finally tells my mom, and then my mom calls in a panic, like,
Oh my
"What's
God,
happening?"
not Pasquale.
Bitch. Not Dante, no. Not like this. And so yeah, that was, oh man. That was a literal shitty story from my end.
What's your feel? Hold, sorry. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. What were you feeling in that moment? Like when it really got to probably the worst of it. Like what were you really feeling?
Please just end it. Like, well, at what point? In the pool, when I was in the hospital, when I was sitting on the toilet, passed out because I had to lean my head up against the wall.
You know what I mean though? Like
there was a bunch of shitty spots.
In moments like
Oh,
that
pun
are
intended.
regular, like especially when you're recollecting on life or you're in a situation where things are in a lull and you're able to like look back.
Yeah.
That's where like anxiety can come into play because now you're overthinking and all those things, right? But
People have seen from these past couple of episodes when I apologize for everything.
when you're in the moment of pain and suffering and like utter like just anguish, what was going through your mind? You were just thinking of
literally
the pain,
nothing, just pain itself, and just like, please get me out of this.
That's what I mean. 3 years ago, I went to California, right? And I just so happened to I think share a drink with my cousin's husband.
And you got mono.
And no, him and my nieces and nephews, like his kids, all had a stomach flu
Oh.
prior to us going there. So when I got to San Jose, I remember like because that's honestly one of my most favorite places on earth. So I was like, yes, like I'm in like my second home. Like I love this place so much. And then I went to Alcatraz to go explore Alcatraz prison.
Yeah.
Right. And my other cousin got me like nachos, and like we were like eating like snacks on the way up because from San Jose to San Francisco is like about an hour drive. So you're like doing all these things. I'm like, this is pre-COVID, so I'm like touching railings. I'm like
Licking
moving
your hand
about.
afterwards.
Yeah, and then I'm like slicking my hair back, just wiping all over my open pores. And we get to the prison, do a full tour, and then on the ferry boat back to like San Francisco Bay, I start like getting the same thing. I'm like, oh, there's a real rumble in the fucking jungle here. Like the tum tum is going out the bum bum. What's happening?
Nay,
So
nay.
immediately I was like, was it the nachos? Was it the cheese? What's happening? So I'm like concerned. I'm like, I gotta literally I gotta abort this baby out my butt, and like this has got to be a situation that I got to recover from right away because we have more to explore. We're in San Francisco. So I'm like, they're like, okay, let's go get food. So from the Alcatraz the ferry pickup place to Pier, what's the famous pier? Pier 39 or whatever famous pier
I have
is
no
in
idea.
I
I don't know anything about
San Francisco. We get to a restaurant there just to get like seafood stuff, like a clam chowder or whatever.
That definitely helps out.
Bro, I didn't even get to sit down. I was like, I have to shit. Like I'm gonna die. So I couldn't find any washroom literally for like what felt like 10 minutes.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm not even like trying to hold my I'm just walking because I'm like, I gotta find like a washroom. So I find this one that was pretty far away, what felt like, and then I get in there immediately. It sounds like someone's emptying a bucket of water. And then all of a sudden I like start to like get this gag feeling, and I'm like, am I that disgusting that I make myself like gag? And then I start to have this feeling like I need to throw up. So now I'm gagging and I'm throwing up, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to die. And that's immediate. Those are the only thoughts that are going through my mind. Like I remember being in Alcatraz, I'm like, wow, there's like
beautiful
prison. Like, no, this is a life of prison. People lived here. People died here. People had to experience just living in a cell, all this stuff, right? Like my mind was going through. When I was in that washroom, it was me and that toilet, and that was it. And I was like, ah! And I thought it was done. I thought it was done. And I literally remember I was like going out like I just finished like half a round with Mike Tyson. And I was like, I can't.
Just drenched in sweat.
Can't
see straight.
Yeah, literally. And I'm like going like crawling back to my parents, and I get back and they're like, where have you been? And I'm like,
We're done dinner.
and I was like, yeah, I nearly died. And then we went, so my cousin was talking up this soup restaurant for a while, and he goes, bro, it's okay, don't worry. We'll go to the soup spot in this mall on our way back home. And I was like, okay. I don't know if I can handle soup, but I'm down.
We'll see how she goes.
They get me like a ginger ale. We go back, right? So we start to go back towards San Jose, and then we get to the mall. Bro, it's like it happened again, but worse. We literally get into the restaurant, and my cousin's like, yo, the soup's so bomb. Like, it's so good. They cook it right in front of you. Like, it's so, everything's blessed. And I was like, oh, wow, it is nice in here. And I look around for a second, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go die again. And I immediately go to the washroom, and it's like, at this point, it was almost simultaneous. Like, it was almost like, you know?
Do like the little Egyptian dance,
Yeah.
but with your
And I remember, and then my dad, like, knocking on the door. He's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm dying. And he's like, all right, let me know when you're done.
The soup's really good, though.
Hey, your soup's getting cold. And I'm like, okay.
The
And
chef's kind of angry.
But like I said, and that continued for probably 36 hours.
Oh, my God.
And it was like, I couldn't keep down nothing. Like, everything was just like utter blech. And I had to like in my cousin's house when we did get back to San Jose. I was sleeping in the room next to my cousin, one of my cousins, and like every 3 hours, I had to wake up and literally like empty a bucket of water in the toilet, and twice. What it sounded like, because it was like out the back end, and then
body water.
yeah,
Ugh.
it was like Gatorade or like, and then I would just see the medicine that I took, like I threw it up, and then it was just like, that was why did I take that? I didn't even get to. It didn't even do anything.
It didn't do shit.
It's in the toilet now.
It made it worse.
Yeah, and like that thought process in those moments, I was like, I'm like, is this what death is? Like, this is awful. That's all you're thinking about is just the pain, and you're like, oh my god, when will this be over? When, please, help,
please. No, I think what's even better is like secondhand embarrassment from like weird situations. Like my favorite, probably one of my favorites that I've ever experienced with my mom is it was a family friend that we haven't seen in a while or something like that, and a bit of a belly this lady had. It's been like a couple of years. And like she's already had a couple kids that are really young.
And she's like, "Oh."
My mom's like, "Oh, congratulations!" And it literally looked like she was 9 months in. And this lady was like, "I'm not pregnant." I had to walk. I left. I left the house. I left the country. I was yelling for how like there's no fucking way that this just happened, Mom.
Oh my
god! I could see my mom just like, oh my god, what?
I wouldn't know what to do. I think I would like.
I had to leave.
I would double down.
I had to leave.
I would double down and I'd be like, all right, pal, whatever you say, but we all know. I'll see you at the hospital.
She's like, no, I'm literally not pregnant at all. And I was just like,
oh my god, that's so unfortunate.
Oh my god. And ever since that has ever happened, I've had like this pure fear of just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, do I say something? Do I not? I'm just going to wait for someone to say
in Amsterdam,
something.
I tried to do the accent. Remember?
Oh, yes.
The British accent. And that immediately got shut down right away.
Why?
Because I wanted to play out my accents in real life
egos.
situations. Just to see if, like, it's believable enough.
Yeah.
And we're there, like, this is an evening and, like, one of our first days. And I'm, like, just whimsically decided not to even tell Daniel. I was like, the waitress comes over and I'm like, she's like, what can I get you guys?
Do they have accents in Amsterdam?
It's very faint. You don't really hear it.
Very, very faint.
And I was like, yeah, I'll start off with a Heineken. And then Daniel, like, whatever he ordered. I think we primarily just got Heinekens.
Heineken, that's all they.
Like,
that's
we're
all they
here.
serve.
This is
there.
what they're
That's
famous
the only
for.
beer they serve.
And I remember the lady was like, "Oh, okay," and I think she noticed right away Daniel didn't have an accent, but I did. So then she was like, "Okay." So then she went to go get the beers and she brought them back, and then where we were staying, you pay right away. I don't know why.
Yeah, you pay as you go kind of thing.
Yeah. So I remember, like, she would always, no matter what, if you get a beer, you're paying right away.
That's
so
weird.
It is. So I remember she was like, how are you guys paying? And I'd be like, yeah, I'll pay. Like, and I was just having the witty banter. And she was like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, oh, and that 2 seconds, that was way too long for me to not answer. She was like already like disinterested. And I was like,
the smile. The smile is what pure joy was.
And I was like,
for me.
Yeah, you got me. I'm not from anywhere. It was just an accent. And she was like, oh, it's really good though. And I was like, yeah.
Don't patronize me.
Get out of here. No tip. Fuck off. But I remember feeling so defeated, and I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah. For me, I feel like whenever I introduce myself to someone, I'm like so awkward. Like,
really?
Yeah, just like
hi.
That's why I just don't say anything until like they say something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I don't know. That's just me though. I find that I'm really weird with
like just social
interactions. So what if it's someone who's like you? Then you guys won't even interact at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I would do it then. I'm like, oh, by the way, my name is RJ or Raymond or whatnot. But I mean, like, every time that it comes to that situation, like, I usually don't say anything.
true.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people do have that weird fear of like social interactions.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't
even
know
have that
why.
too.
I don't know why though. It's just like I've tried to overcome it. Like I try to do it more often now, but it was mainly like when I was younger and like
Yeah.
For me, I haven't been void of awkward situations. What it more is becoming is a tendency for me to understand that it's inevitable for those things to happen, and you just play them out as if you're like having fun.
yeah.
Because realizing you're in an awkward situation is more funny than it is anything else. That's why
You
more
double
often
down
than
on
not,
it.
I laugh and then people get uncomfortable and I'm just like, I'm having fun. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Because I've removed the awkwardness from, not that like I've took it out of my mind, but it's the
You're
fact
kinda
that
just
I'm
double
more
downing on it.
exactly the
You're
fact that
aware
I'm
of
more aware of it becomes this situation where I'm like, now I just look past it. It's whatever. I don't really care.
Yeah.
That's why people who have those concerns, I feel bad for, because it's like, oh man, like it is
Yeah, I think
being
that is,
self-conscious in a way, but it's whatever.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's true though, because if you were to like point it out, like you're gonna make it obvious,
Yeah.
and it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, that's why people who often say sorry all the time is like, yeah.
That's
but
me.
I have I used to have a coworker who used to do that all the time. He would be like, "Hey man, sorry," and it's like,
Oh, is that why you guys made that one video?
yeah,
Of
because we were just like, "What are you saying
Oh, yeah.
sorry for? Like, it's just you said hi, like you're not interrupting me. Like it's just you're saying what's up." And I would be like, "Hey, what's up?" So he'll be like, "Hey, sorry, I was just wondering if you were able to. Are you busy? I'm so sorry. Are you busy?" And you're like, "Oh
it's
my
like
god,
overly
bro.
polite.
Yeah, it's like just shut up,
Please.
relax, take it easy, okay?"
Look at this.
Yeah. But I do the same thing too. Like I'll be overly precautious and I'll use those words and I'll be like, "Hey, my bad, bro. Can I?" And then you're like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Yeah.
Once you've established that rapport, I think it's okay. Then some of the awkwardness gets removed. But it's someone who still persists to be awkward, who just keeps on doing those things. Like I love people who will always like sing along to a song and not know the proper when to stop. And then it's just like, you know what I mean? Like a song will be like, it'll have like an ad lib where it'll do like something 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
It'll be like a singer will be like, yeah, and then the ad lib will be like,
yeah,
yeah. The song like, yeah, right? And then the next verse, it'll be like this time, like you would have to have known the song in order to know that the next time they do it is only 2 times.
Yeah.
And then everyone does it twice, and that one person doesn't know is like the third yeah, they're like, yeah. Like that I live for because it's so funny and it's so cringe because you're like, oh fuck.
That's literally my nightmare. Anytime I have to go out, like if there's like music playing and everyone, because like I don't listen to like a lot of like the top 40 pop.
Yeah.
So everyone who does know it, they're like jamming out. I'm like, I'm just trying to follow everyone's beat. Like, don't fuck up, don't fuck up, don't fuck up. And I still fuck up.
Honestly, know those ones too.
It's the worst. But it's also really funny because I'm just like, I'm just intoxicated. Like, what's the worst? That
Like
can
when you go to like a club or a bar,
yeah,
and, like
basically.
everyone's like singing along and like, yeah, you try to say the
That's
exact
all
same
I
thing.
do. That's
Yeah.
all I do every time.
Honestly.
Yeah, that's my friend Adam.
Don't mention his. That's literally one of the worst things ever. Oh my god.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I have a friend like that who's like, who does that awkwardly with music, Adam, and he'll just mumble along, literally, not like you. I feel like when we're out, and like if we're like at a bar or whatever,
Yeah.
there's some songs you may not know, but you'll know like every few words, right? Yeah. So you'll sing those words, like every last word, or if you could tell that,
It's usually the last word
yeah,
of the sentence.
the last word is gonna rhyme with the next word. You're like, okay, I can see where the song's going, and that,
Yeah.
right? Adam,
Just
baby.
a mix mash of words.
No, it's not even. It's just down for the second, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Seriously. Here, I'll show it. I'll actually no, I don't know if he's comfortable, but I there's so many videos of where he's just like that, and he'll do a selfie, and he'll be like, and it's like Migos in the background, and he'll be like,
Just fight night.
Wait,
fight nights in
Migos?
the back. Future.
but that was
That's one of my most. That's like a typical Danielism though, where I'm like, I'm very confident about it, and then I just fuck it up. We can say it. I think
Wait, I wanna
it's
see
a
the
funny,
story.
So
it's
funny.
a funny
Say
story.
the
Oh my
story.
God.
Say the story.
So
I have a loose memory when it comes to that one. Just
For
'cause,
blacking out.
yeah,
You blacked out from laughing.
I almost, it was a bit hazy for a second. Everything got kind of weird.
I'll fucking say it because I relive it every night before I go to bed.
If you say that, then you have to say the next part too.
What do you mean?
The one when you're in the car about the Jack Boys.
Oh my god!
I don't have to mention that because
That's
you didn't know it just
also
as much
so
as I
funny,
was.
Yeah, because I actually didn't know.
Okay.
And I was
Yeah, but
being
you
honest
pretended-
about
Yeah,
it.
you
No, but
pretended to
I knew just enough about it.
know. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I saw you.
What? No filter.
I know. But I saw you like make that choice. When you made the choice, I decided myself to make a choice, and I was like, should I save him? And I was like, nah.
No.
Let me watch this fire burn.
You should have, and you did the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay, explain
'Cause it was so funny.
explain the
So
future
the whole
story.
future thing was like, so this is like just before we started doing these podcasts, and we're joking around, like thinking of things like trio groups because there's the three of us, so like the 3 men and the baby, and this and that and that
yeah,
and this,
that's what it was.
and we're like NWA, we could do that. The 3
Well,
men
yeah,
and
and
baby.
then I
from
was
you've
like,
seen.
was it you or Mark? Someone was like, yo, we could do Migos.
Something like that.
And
yeah.
then with pure confidence, I raised my hand in the air like, I pick Future. And this is the worst part of it. The worst part of it is like,
And then
I
we
can
all
see their
just
faces, and I'm
we all
like,
just
the
paused.
gears are turning. I'm like, oh wait, no.
No, yeah, because
I'm
it
just
was
stupid
like
beyond belief.
it was probably a solid 3-second pause where my eyes. This is from my
hate my
perspective what it
life.
was.
I hate
My
my life.
eyes went to Daniel, and then I was like, this motherfucker did not just RJ, and I was like, he did, and I looked at Mark, and I go. And when I looked at Mark was already broken. Mark was already like,
he's on the ground. He's on the ground.
Mark knows my downfall
like,
so fast.
I jumped so high, I almost hit my head on the ceiling, and I was like, ah!
And I just stood there just like, I can't believe I just said that.
What a freaking moron!
Just probably one of the funniest things.
I call being Future.
I hate my life.
What band?
I hate my life.
And then we drove downtown to do the photo shoot.
In my defense, though, I kind of understood it, but I was confused over one
No.
thing. But I was confused over one thing, and
What?
that's why. About the fucking, what's his name now? Oh my gosh.
Pop Smoke.
Thank you, Pop Smoke. About that part. I was confused about that part. I was like, I know, like, I swear he was dead, which he is, obviously, but I was questioning it because of
Yeah, but
stuff
your
that happened.
choice to like play
double down
along,
on it. Absolutely.
I
I
was
fucking,
like, oh my god, like witnessing it from where I was like, this idiot
is an idiot.
is going down with the ship. Like he was the violin in the Titanic.
I was the conductor, the iceberg, the
da-da-da-da-da-da.
boat, the band, everything. I was just, I put myself down so fast. I don't know why.
Oh my god. Do you remember it? Because I remember it. You remember it?
Which one? The
The Jack Boys?
yeah.
Oh my god. It gives me life.
Listen,
pure life.
I've like now recited
Just
all.
explain it.
I've
for
recited
those
all
who-
3 names of the Migos
ahead, go
group
ahead.
now. Fuck, now I'm blanking out.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Quavo,
Yeah,
Takeoff,
yeah.
and oh my,
Starts with
Offset,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offset.
Yes,
You got it.
baby.
You got it. Yeah. You're missing one though.
Future.
and Drake. Drake's the 4th one actually.
And Trey Young. We were driving downtown
I
and
hate
we
my
were
life. I just hate all this already.
what was the song?
I'm getting sweaty just listening to this now. Just
Gotti.
from the
Gotti,
anxiety.
Yeah, Gotti by Jack Boys, which is the
Group.
title in which like it'll display on any music player. And
I hate you guys.
the song just featured Pop Smoke, but the Jack Boys, I'll do this for you right now, is a compilation album by Jack Boys and American rapper Travis Scott. Jack Boys is a collective and group of American rappers signed to Travis Scott's Cactus Jack Records. These individuals include Travis Scott himself, Sheck West, Don Toliver, Luxury Tax, and DJ Chase B.
Are those the only ones that are alive?
So those guys are on Jack. So those guys make up Jack Boys. Travis
Okay.
Scott is his own person, and
Independent.
then the features that were on that album, one of them consisted of Pop Smoke. To which Daniel's response of your questioning being like, "Who's Jack Boys?" So you're innocent, like pursuit.
But I was also not entirely wrong then,
What?
because I knew Pop Smoke was in the one song that I knew from Jack Boys. So I wasn't entirely wrong.
No,
in
the
that
way you
regard.
went about it was you were
Yeah,
wrong.
the way I went about
Because-
it. But
no.
my mentality was not wrong. Well, how I thought about it was not wrong.
No, because you thought
No,
it
I
was
was
Pop
wrong.
Smoke, but then you quickly
'Cause
changed
it
your
was
mind
like-
because
'cause-
you went,
Because
I was
I
just
panicked.
like, wait, who's the Jack Boys or something like that?
to which my answer was laughing. And I was like, you don't know who it is? And then Daniel decided to, on his own accord,
Explain
be
Jack
like-
Boys.
Yeah.
Because I know everything.
Because you were like, this sounds like Pop Smoke. And to which my answer should have been, it is. But I just decided to be like, and then Daniel's like, yeah, it sounds like him. It sounds like him. They sound alike.
No,
And then I was like,
okay, but see,
what?
but
And
hear
then
me
Daniel
out
was
then.
like,
said
But
that,
hear
you
me
said
out.
that.
I did. But hear me out. I don't listen to any of their music. So the few songs I
why,
know.
why did you answer?
Because I was like, I agreed with him. I was agreeing with him at
Okay.
that point.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay, but then that from where I was sitting, hold on.
Yeah, from when you were
I'm not
sitting, it was
making
a
fun of
different.
you.
Yes,
Where
you
I
are.
was sitting, I was like, I know, because I was like, wait, why are you saying?
You did this. You asshole. You brought this story up. You didn't have to bring this.
I was like, why? I was like, why is he answering when he doesn't know who the bloody hell the Jack Boys are? And I know he knows it's Pop Smoke, but I don't know why he's insisting on trying to make an answer of it. So you
I just wanted to
then
answer it.
persisted to be like, it sounds like him. Like, I don't know why. Who's Jack Boys?
Yeah.
To which Daniel's response was,
You never heard of Jack Boys?
you never heard of Jack Boys, bro? Like, yeah, they sound different, but like they're not the same. And then I immediately I convulse. I almost start throwing up. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. I'm like, it's Pop Smoke. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like Jack Boys isn't like, oh my God.
It's okay. I hate me just as much.
Oh my Jesus.
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious.
But you know what? I also
Every
have I have
fucking time.
I have a beef with
Every
that.
time.
I have a beef with shit like that where like, they keep playing like dead people's music. I don't like that.
Oh. Why?
Because like the person's dead. Let
But
the
it's
music be.
unreleased.
I know. Don't let it release.
Why?
Let the music die with the person.
Why? It was intended to come out, but they died abruptly.
I know, but I no.
Like
Just let it.
XXX Tentacion died because he was shot.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke died because he was shot.
All right.
Mac Miller died
of
of
OD.
OD, but did he release any music after?
Circles.
Yeah. So there's
Circles
just
came
stuff
out,
that
and then a whole single came out afterwards.
yeah. There's just shit you work on that you intend to release, but all these people die out of nowhere
I know. I just don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like
because it's continued artistry. Think about it.
Yeah, because like they're not gonna.
Let's say, for
it doesn't
example, knock
die.
on wood, like any situation that like plays to someone not being able to continue something, would you not want it to like just see it through for the
No.
sake of that person?
no.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like that alone makes it like
Like you think
you remove the entity, so now it should die with the
like
person.
they should
Yeah.
like rest
Okay,
easy.
that
the
makes
art.
sense.
The art should die with the person. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, I see what
That
you're
makes
saying.
That's what I see.
I see what you're
But
saying.
That's
then
why
Van Gogh would never be a thing.
But that's
Ah,
but that's already been done. It's
What?
just like the Van Gogh pieces have already been done. They're just being moved around.
yeah. The same way that these artists have already pre-recorded songs.
But they're not. I don't know. I wouldn't want the music to be released. Like actual art is different than the music, in my opinion.
Hold on.
What?
Let's get that soundbite.
What?
You think
Like
actual
physical,
art?
like when I say
does
like
not-
when I say actual art, I mean like Van Gogh for fucking before you try to
painting.
yeah paint like when I sorry yeah that's what I should have said like
You're not
actual-
calling music art?
No, I'm
Huh?
calling
You
it trash.
Stupid bigot, ignorant
I love-
schmert.
I love music. Don't even say that to me. How dare.
The Dale goes,
But
I
yeah.
love music, and he
Even
only,
That's totally
only listens to like
yeah.
what? What do you
Country,
listen to?
folk.
I listen to everything. The only music
listens
I don't
to,
really listen to is mumble rap.
Jack Boys. Oh
Or Future?
You're such a cunt.
no. But yeah, what were we talking about before?
Just people dying with art. Kind of getting a little off topic with it, but yeah.
No. I think what you said was,
He's gonna take it in
real art.
context. When I meant to say, yeah, when I meant like
people should
real art,
yeah real art.
like was like
What you meant to say
physical
was
like art pieces,
oh okay.
like Van Gogh art pieces or Da Vinci art pieces. Like those are just those are just circulated now. But like stuff that's like new, no, let it die with the person.
Why?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
I
If
don't.
you were to apply that same ideology then to the present moment, then
Okay, so say you
again, those
say,
people
say
would
this
not
is-
exist, or their art would not exist.
But their art was already out.
Okay, say
what
this.
I'm saying is, if you apply the principle to the time,
Yeah.
then it's a redundant statement.
No. How? What do you mean?
We plop you back in Van Gogh's time,
Yeah.
and you're like, nah, let that dude's art die. Because now you're saying it's
But-
modern time, right? Because that's the difference. Because
Yeah.
before it's like old art, and now it's modern. So if it's modern, just let it die with the artist.
No, but it's already been released. He's already made those pieces while he was alive. It's already out
But
in
those
circulation.
people made those songs when they were alive.
I know, but they were not released to the public. They weren't released to the masses.
Neither was Van Gogh's art.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not.
Are you sure?
It was discovered after he died.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, like it was made popular after, like not discovered. Like people knew he was an artist.
Yeah.
But when he died, that's when it became
Oh, I see.
more famous.
I didn't know
Because
that.
that's what a lot of people. There's like a list of people who have died,
Oh, really?
and their
Literally did not know anything
all
about
their
that.
art became famous afterwards.
That's
And
why.
Van Gogh's he is the most famous person of that context
I
because
see.
he died. Then all of his
And then everything became popular for him.
yeah, because it was more sought after. They're like, oh shit, he's not gonna make anymore.
And so-
And
and
that's the
sometimes you
same
get-
thing with the music, is because now you realize this is the last piece of art they had when they were alive.
I just don't want it out.
So you like treasure it more, right?
This, folks, is what you call a case of doubling down on your argument.
But
And he will go to the grave with this statement.
no, but okay, then I guess it's
doesn't
different.
even matter if I change his mind right now.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It does not one bit. Because I just think for music, it's different than actual physical art pieces. Then actual artwork like Van
You
Gogh.
heard it here, folks. Music is an art.
I'm not saying it like that.
Music is an art.
It's a different form of art.
Daniel Corona.
A different form of art. I just don't think music should be released once the artist is dead.
Movies?
Like what?
I don't know. Paul Walker. Like Fast.
Yeah, I don't watch it, and I don't think they should have put him in it, to be honest. But that's on them.
I didn't watch it. I didn't really watch it too.
What's another art form? A show? What's a show that did anyone die in a show?
Not that I know of. See?
Who's that guy from Eight Simple Rules? The dad?
Oh yeah, the dad. They addressed it. He died in the show as well. Even Glee. Those
Yeah,
people
Glee
died.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bunch of
I
people
haven't
died
watched
in that
any
show.
of it. But okay, I guess I see what you mean.
We're
I
just
still-
trying to
I still-
convince
So
you
again,
'cause-
So-
but you're
sorry,
not
let
going
me-
to change
let
my
me-
mind on
yeah,
the
yeah.
fact that music. I
Is an
still
art.
don't.
Music is an art.
Yes,
and
exactly.
TV is an art, and movies aren't art.
Art
This isn't
isn't
my words.
Art isn't art either.
Daniel's
there you
words.
go.
Yeah.
No, fuck
No,
off.
you said art is art, but only Van Gogh and Da Vinci to you is art, right?
Oh, did not say that.
Not
you
even
fuck.
other artists.
Saying for example, you fuck.
Why did we go to that Banksy museum then?
This
If
was
you don't
cool.
think it's art.
I thought we were just walking around to get stoned. That's all we were trying to do.
No, I'm just dying because we always roast Daniel. So
No.
it's so funny.
Listen, it's not like this is new to me. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god!
Can that just be its own little sound?
Yeah.
Its own little clip?
I'll put that on the soundboard for next week. Oh my god!
I'm like,
Sweaty pal.
I'm the fucking center of attention. I hate it. This happens.
I call being future.
I hate my life. I hate everything about this.
You never heard of Jack Boys?
I hate everything about this.
It's all right, man.
Music is not art.
It's not out.
Definitely not that
Music
stuff.
is not out.
Fashion, not art. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Especially Baka. What?
But yeah, that's what I was trying to make as a point before.
This feels like an awkward story now.
No, but they're all like these awkward situations. You just look back and laugh. All you can do is
Oh, yeah.
appreciate them for what they are. That's why I think it's like I encourage to mess up and have all these like fails and all these moments to live for, because
Preaching to the choir right now.
but what I'm saying is I'm glad to have you as my best friend in this life that we're calling hilarity, because I get to experience like shit like this. And the same with you. I get to call you my best friend because we go out to fucking get soup, and then he'll do some shit in the restaurant too. And I'll literally like, this is ridiculous. All these moments you look back on and you're like, wow, I appreciate them because my life isn't boring. It's so funny to think back on those things. When you get caught up in them and you let them like take you down and defeat you is when you should
That's when you
pump
got
the
some
brakes.
issues.
And it's crippling. But more often than not, all these things are just you're able to look back and just laugh and be like, you know what, I appreciate them. They're
'Cause they're
great.
fun.
They're great fun.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
appreciate that guy, pal. I appreciate that guy.
you're that guy,
Yeah.
pal.
Yeah.
No,
Is
but
it
yeah.
okay if I go a little fast? Oh my god, that's awkward.
That's PTSD.
Yeah.
That's trauma. That's pure trauma.
Just record it next time like me.
Yeah. Well, no. That quote.
That's
You
a
want to go a
different-
little bit fast? We'll say that
That's
for
a
another
different
episode.
story. That's a different
Oh,
story.
that's a different story? Oh.
Yeah.
So that's just.
Want to go a little bit fast? No, never in my life ever do I want to go ever fast again. No.
Speed limit only.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's the only tidbit. That's your only little tease
You heard that.
for that
You heard
story.
the story already, but we'll save it for another episode.
The people listening, that's your only tease for
Yeah.
this.
But anyways, it was a good one.
Yeah.
I think this was a good episode.
This was fun.
This
A lot
is
of talking.
This is a fun episode.
This guy's just trying. He's
Harassment on all levels.
Yeah.
It was like he witnessed it happened to him, then he partook, and then now he's trying to harass you physically and mentally and socially.
verbally.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
So if anyone needs some videos taken by RJ, hit him up.
I'm
Yeah.
a producer now.
Hit him up in a library. Or he'll probably find you.
Yeah.
Only on
No,
the
he-
fifth floor.
yeah, he
Only
just-
on the fifth floor.
He just crawls across the floor now.
Anyways, yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting. Please don't hesitate to message us if any thing if you don't agree with what we say, you just want to interact with us. If you don't, that's cool. You don't have to. Don't feel pressured to talk to any of us. We're all losers.
We're not gonna listen to you guys anyways. It's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, live in your awkwardness. Embrace it. Love it. Love every aspect of yourself because you can't change it. And if you can, great. You got the moolah. Do it. If not, love yourself. Bye-bye. Anything else, boys?
No, I'm pretty good. RJ, take it. Take it away.
Can I be future?
You're such a cunt.
No, I'm just joking.
Alrighty then. Thanks for listening. We love you.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Shalom, shalom.
Back in the throw. Back in the throw. Back in the throw.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my god. Any Easter egg for the person who would watch till the end? No?
Just RJ. Just
DM us and you'll be the first recipient of if we release merch. You'll be the first recipient. DM Daniel. Fuck. If you get this far in the video, you get this far in the podcast, and you're the first person to DM Daniel if we release merch or like do shirts or stuff like that.
I'll forget about it.
You'll be the first person to get a free one. But DM Daniel. You have to DM Daniel.
Specifically me.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Bye.